No? Okay, S. Brown, do you want to go?
Thank you, Miss Ava, for this space. I just wanted to speak to Tariq. Um, First of all, I'm African American. Um, I've been in the United States for all 50 of my years of life. I have never heard of you before. So I've never heard of FBA, so you do not speak for me. And I was hurt by listening to some of the words that you used in your spaces, disparaging Africans. I did not like it because when you start generalizing people, that's the same way I feel when white people generalize black people. It's not helpful, it's hurtful. And even Andrew, who was from Nigeria, I think he said his space was horrendous. I heard some of the most horrible comments against women, African Americans, and I guess he felt like he needed to out nasty you. And for both of y'all to use your platforms this way is disgusting, and I don't like it. And as far as reparation, I heard you talk about the first African American vice president. How are you going to get reparations done if you don't support what we have going on right now? The people that are trying to not to appoint the first black Supreme Court justice as a woman.
Oh,
How are you going to get anything done?
oh, I
Yeah,
smell,
You,
I
that's
smell
crazy.
no, no, it's not crazy. How are
I
you going to
smell
get these
butter
things?
biscuit.
You could smell whatever you think you smell. I'm just asking you,
Did
how
you
are
say
you going
the
to get the
first
things that you are
African?
promising?
Did you say
That's
African
what I
American
said.
vice president?
That's what
What
I
African American vice president do we have?
Kamala Harris is African American
She's
Lord,
an
and from
Indian woman.
Asian
oh
descent,
Lord,
whether you like it or not.
Lord,
Okay,
Lord,
first I
Lord.
let you speak. I let you speak. I let you speak.
Not
I'm
stopping you.
asking. I let you speak.
I'm
I'm
not stopping
asking
you.
you. I'm okay. Well, let me finish.
I
I'm not
gotta hear.
afraid of you, sir. I'm not afraid of you.
Uh,
Okay.
uh,
So if you're going to use your platform to spew all this stuff, you explain to your followers, how do you get your reparations? How do we get what we are due if we don't vote? You are
oh
used
Lord,
as a useful idiot. That's what you're used for. You're a useful idiot.
I'm just going
vote
to
for
jump
Period.
in.
what?
I'm going to
Oh,
jump in
oh,
here,
oh,
Sonja.
why
I'm
you?
going to jump in here and just say that we're really trying to keep the room respectful. We loads of us disagree with each other. Loads of us have issues with what other people have said. I
I,
really, really am begging. I'm begging you, sis. Please,
I
please,
apologize. I
please.
apologize, Miss
Thank you.
Ava. I
Thank you,
apologize
darling.
because I
Thank you,
appreciate you
sis.
holding. I appreciate you holding the space, but it is very important. We are approaching midterms coming up soon, and this message that Tariq and others are putting out are going to prevent Black people from voting, and we
Oh,
need all Black people to vote.
no, you
We are
don't.
not going to get we are not going to get anything if
This
we
is
sit
a
at home.
Democratic
There are
show.
white people, there are white people who are actively going around this country removing black books from our school system. Maya
Uh,
Angelou books. They are
Can I
actively
speak, please, after her?
ma- okay, this is a Democratic shill. She's working
no,
for
I'm
the
not no
Democratic
shield.
Party.
I'm a
Yeah, she's a
hard
shield.
working
She's a
I'm a
shield.
hard I'm a hard
These
work
are all
I
those
am a hard
DNC
I,
talking points.
Hey guys,
excuse
can we speak? What? Can
excuse
we
me.
speak? Listen, can I listen?
Okay.
Listen. This is what I'm going to say. Okay, I want us to speak one at a time. But also, what I want to say is there are a lot of black people, yeah, across the world in the diaspora, all different societies that we live in, who would ask this question, and it doesn't make them a shill. They're asking the question: how can we move forward if we do not use the system that already exists? And then you have the Audre Lorde's school of thought, which is you cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. So we've got these two different opinions. So I would really like to hear Sandra finish, and I'd like to read to answer, and then I'd like Loyal F uh, to speak. Okay, go on, Sandra, and then
Okay, I
Tariq,
can't.
and then
Okay,
Loyal.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry because I'm getting my voice is raised. I'm a nurse. I don't work for the Democratic Party. I don't like some of the things that some of these people do. I'm a hardworking person. I lost my son. Well, I've been on the road for 500 days. I have not even been in my house fighting COVID. I just don't like misinformation, and I don't care where it comes from. And I will stand up against it. And you guys can call me whatever name you want, but it is important to me for Black young people, Black like-minded people. I don't care if you come from Africa, Jamaica, where you come from. The only way we're going to get our voices heard if we get up and vote. If you don't like who's in office, then get up and run for office. Quit trying to separate us. We are stronger as a unit. There is no way we're going to get anything done if Black Americans are going against Africans. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Are
I
you a
have been
descendant
working.
of slaves?
I have been working with Africans in this field that I'm in. Those are my brothers and sisters that I work with. We don't always make the right comments. They don't always make the right comments. But to divide us is dangerous. And I noticed that the senator from my town of Tennessee has used this immigration thing. Now she's trying to use that to get people to vote for Republicans, talking about, oh, immigration, the Biden administration is not doing enough on immigration. That is just a way to divide us. If you don't like the representation, then do something about it. Instead of putting all this hateful stuff out here, get up and run for office and put in place the policies that you want. But you doing this
What
stuff on Twitter
policies do you
is
want
just,
for Black people in Tennessee? What policies would you want to benefit Black people in Tennessee, ma'am?
oh, there's a lot of policies. There is policies for raising up the economy. There's policies for home ownership. There's policies for helping people get out of debt. There's policies to come up for people that's had their land stolen from years before. There's a whole lot of different policies that we can do. But this right here is ineffective. Fighting Black on Black is ineffective. We've
What
got crime that
politician?
we
What politician is implementing those policies specifically for Black people, ma'am?
Sir, the point is, if you have that specific politician that you want, then how? First of all, let me be clear here.
Oh my
There is
God,
a difference between. Let me make this one point. There
Lord,
is a difference.
Lord.
No, Democrats are not perfect, but Donald Trump appointed 200 white
Oh
judges. Joe
God.
Biden, yes he did. Yes he
Can you
did. You
speak
can
now,
look
Are
it
ma'am?
you
up.
are you are you
Mostly,
about to give props to Joe
mostly
Biden, ma'am?
male, mostly
Okay,
male.
okay, Sandra, I'm going to
Mostly
step in
male.
here. I'm going to step in
Sandra, are
here.
you about to give props to Joe?
I'm just going to
I'm about to leave. If she's going to start giving
I'm
props, I'm
going to
not going to
step
be a
in.
coon.
I'm going to
Yeah.
step in, Sandra, because you have quite a lot of space. And there are, like I said to you, there's lots of people from the Audre Lorde School of Thought. You cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. So there are Black people all over the world who want to exist within the system and outside of the system as well. So I think we've all got the gist. I'm not being disrespectful by cutting you off. There's so many people that want to speak, and I just want Tariq to come back and answer. And I wanted the loyal afterwards, and I'm just going to try and keep bringing up people. Sorry. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
This is what I was talking about earlier, Ava. See, Ava, we as foundational Black Americans, we immediately recognize what she was doing and where her talking points were coming from. This is that DNC shield collard green coalition talk that we see over here that we are completely against. These people come around us trying to con us into supporting the Democratic Party without foundational Black Americans getting anything from it. So she's talking about Kamala Harris is the first African American vice president, and she was about to give props to Biden for putting some Black people on the Supreme Court or whatever. We already know where she was going. These are talking points that they try to slip into our communities over here. And this is what I mean when we have these coons and mammies who come among us, we call them out and we don't even entertain that nonsense. So this is what we're talking about as far as understanding who's going to undermine you. Because when I asked her, if you notice, I asked her, what specifically would you want to see for Black people and what politician is going to implement these things? She started babbling and deflecting. So this is how you check the nonsense within your community. Don't sit up and let people like this fester around you so they can ultimately undermine you to the point where you are a destitute group of people. So we have to clean out all of the nonsense. So the same way we clean out people like that over here, because she knows good and well she can't come around black circles talking like that. She'll get run out of the paint. We have to have you run these people out of your own circles who are talking crazy, trying to undermine you and your efforts. Because let's be clear, foundational Black Americans, we want to see you win. We don't have a problem with African and Caribbean people, especially when they're home. We want you to win. We want to come over there and do business with you. So let's be very clear about having equitable stakes in each other's best interests. People come over here, we share whatever we have. But when we want to go over there to do some business, they look at us as a finesse. They look at us as a come up, like, hey, if you come over here to our country,
Sorry to jump in. I'm sorry, but I
got
just love that phrase, equitable stakes in each other's best interests. And
yeah,
that was the spirit within which this room was created. I love that. I want that on a t-shirt. Sorry, go.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But again, like I said, we have to have real relationships that goes both ways. Again, Black foundational Black Americans, we would love to see nothing more than it's successful, thriving places over there in the motherland and in the Caribbean. We would love to go over there to invest, to do business. We would love to do that, but it has to be reciprocal. And that's one of the things that we have to really discuss. And one way to clear the brush is to get the riffraffs out the mix, as we saw earlier with the woman who called up.
Okay, so Tariq, before the next person comes, I've got a couple of questions to respond. So first of all, I'm going to say it again in case you didn't realise I'm of Ghanaian heritage. And so you know that you're more than welcome to come to Ghana and anybody else, because the Ghanaian president has